Would love to. Thank you very much. In the top right spawn position, we've got the red Terran player. It is LemonyTang. In the bottom left spawn position, we've got his challenger, who was able to win the first game with a roach counterattack. It is Kaldi, playing as the blue Zerg. And what was that chat just now going down? What was he actually saying?
I am not
By
quite
the
sure.
power vested in me by Father MVP and his father before him, I shall win this game.
As you do. that is a good. That's got to be a macro key. Like that. Always just type that out. Or he's gonna 6 pull, or 8 pull, or 10 pull.
Or LemonyTang is gonna 888 again, which is the most likely option, as we can see another SCV heading out across the map. Gonna be dropping down the 8 proxy barracks once more. His opener did significant damage in last game. He got really far ahead because of his opener and the blue flame harass. So he's just gonna try and do that again, maybe follow it up a little bit better this time around. Maybe have a few Hellions ready to defend at home. Maybe have that siege tank out a little bit earlier. But LemonyTang opening the exact same way he did on the previous map. Once again, a 2-player map.
Yeah, and Daybreak is a good map. It's got quite a long rush distance anyway, but that's completely negated if you build a barracks on the other side of it. Like, your unit's already there. And the Reapers did really well, actually, in Game 1. They did a nice amount of damage, forced a lot of units, denied the drone count, and as such, I think this is a good move. And hopefully Kaldi's going to do a better job. He hasn't actually got his hatchery down yet, just throwing it down. And the real big thing you've got to do, and remember with Reaper, especially proxy Reaper play against Zerg, is that if you get the bunker down, you're in an amazing spot. If the bunker doesn't go down, Queens wreck the Reapers, and herb derp, you're going to lose.
But it's not as bad as it used to be. You know,
No.
It used to be GG when the bunker went up and there were 2 or 3 Reapers in there. Everything would die and the game would basically end. That's not the situation we're currently in with the meta game. The bunker can go up and 10 lings and a queen can go down and kill it relatively easily compared to how the situation used to be. The Reapers, of course, are a lot quicker and they will be able to kite a little bit better while outside of the bunker. Anyway, we'll see how everything is going to be playing out. As of now, everything has been the exact same thing as it was in last game.
Yep, the barracks has just got spotted though. A drone came down, they seized the Reaper out, and this, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kaldi actually pull quite a few drones, because ultimately you need to be a little bit worried about that. You need to make sure the bunker doesn't go down, but there it is, up at the top of the ramp. So this could be a little bit tough, because from there the Reapers can cover the ramp, can stop any Zerglings. The drone's getting pulled out straight away. Doesn't want to lose too many though.
Ooh, that drone almost went down. 2 drones almost falling, morphing them into buildings. Has to pull workers again. Is going to lose 1 drone, not really paying a lot of attention. The first 4 lings are about to pop out. A drone coming from the back for a bit of a... So actually, the hatchery was cancelled at the natural. That's a big move. The evolution chamber gets cancelled, the drone gets killed, and once again, significant damage being done by LemonyTang.
Yep, we do have a couple of Zerglings out on the field, but with the bunker up, he can just pull back into there and just really kill an extraordinarily high number of lings very, very easily. The spine crawlers, once they're up, will provide a good defense. We're already seeing drones are getting killed. 2 are dead, a 3rd one potentially going to go down. The lings getting cleaned up really nicely. Currently just under 300 resources lost by Kaldi compared to what is 100 for LemonyTang.
Have to keep in mind, the hatchery's not up. In last game it went up, and he was able to use that. As soon as he broke the contain, he could use that hatchery, make drones, and come back in the game. Right now we don't have that hatchery up, and every second that passes, it becomes a little bit of a worse situation for our Zerg.
The bunker getting salvaged there, and to be honest, if I was in LemonyTang's position, I'd be very, very happy that that hatchery was cancelled, because ultimately, you know that you're ahead, or at least up there economically. If we look at the worker count, 15 to 18 drones, so that is a good spot. You've delayed that, you forced a lot of lings, which therefore aren't drones, and it's not only the lack of the natural in terms of income, but without that natural hatch, the production capability of LemonyTang is severely limited, halved ultimately, and as such, LemonyTang just floating it back, not being as aggressive as he was in Game 1.
He could be doing the same thing though. He is going to be making that factory again, is going to be going into the starport, and is getting the command center. This looks to be much of the same strategy. He is getting that tech lab, so could start blue flame again. We could see Game 1 all over again. Yep.
We could indeed. That spine caller doing a nice little job there, just forcing the Reapers back for the moment. Once Queens are out, Reapers become a lot less effective. So this is something that Kaldi, he's dealing with well, but if he doesn't pick up on the fact that potentially it's a blue flame drop, which I don't think it will be now because the factory is just powering add-ons, but I think it's just going to be straight into a Banshee really early.
Oh yeah, it is. He's actually going to be lifting that and landing that, so not the same strategy as we saw in the last game. Could have been. Could have been.
Could have been.
Could have been, but it's not going to be just that. Are we going to see the cloak? No gas is up just yet. There's only one worker in the second gas of LemonyTang, which makes me think this is not going to be Did he just forget that? Because he is saving up to get enough for...
Yeah.
No, he's not. Okay.
He's not saving for Cloak, but yeah, there he goes. Transfers a couple more SCVs into there, so is now mining fully off of those 2 gas. Got an SCV, just keeping an eye down at his third. No natural base yet. The second orbital command is morphing, but it's up in the main base as opposed to the natural, so still got to float down there, whereas Kaldi does have his natural up now. The worker count, though, 23 to 24, so close. Taking into account mules, that puts Tang ahead.
It does put LemonyTang ahead a little bit in terms of economy, but Kaldi man, he's been in Kaldi man. I'm not sure why that accent or where that accent came from, but Kaldi man has been saving up a lot of roaches. He's got 7 right now, so going to be producing another 2. He's got 9 roaches about to come out, and he's going to be attacking LemonyTang. But of course, LemonyTang does have the first Banshee now on the field, and he sees this coming. He sees the 7 roaches march towards his base, and he's going to be like, oh, I better build a bunker, or I get my Banshee in position to go ahead and defend again. That cloak has been started, just a little bit late. Is this going to be able to do any damage, Maddles?
Well, the trouble is, with the Banshee up, these roaches are already getting picked off before they're even doing anything. There are 9 on the field, 8 now. No more in production behind this, just droning, getting the Overlords out. The lair timing, quite a late lair compared to what we're used to seeing, but then there was that aggression early on. And, well, it looks like most of these roaches are going to be dead before they get to have any kind of fun with SCVs.
I might be able to get a few here. 1, 2, 3 is the amount that I'm thinking. The roaches are going to be getting up the ramp. Might be able to kill a few Hellions here. Do take out an SCV or 2, kill a Hellion, but eventually the DPS out of the Banshee should just be too much. 2 mules actually getting focused down there. Nice use of those roaches. They're all on low HP, but most of them still alive, and they're actually getting a good amount of kills. Yeah,
the Banshee stayed back to try and pick off reinforcements, but the second Banshee is now on the field, and this wasn't actually a bad push at all by LemonyTang. He's killed off 4 workers, got a couple of mules. Mules are obviously money machines, but yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
mules being money machines.
Exactly.
That's true in the literal sense of the world, and
that should be on the SC2 quotes. Just saying.
The money machine of the Terran economy.
I met the SC2 quotes guys at the Harvest Swarm London launch. A bit off topic, but they're really awesome. They're absolutely legit, so they're cool guys. Everyone should follow them.
Are they here?
Maybe. They've also got a cool app, by the way. Download that app. It's super good. Now, anyway, back to the game. Went off completely off topic there. More roaches getting pumped out. Spore callers being built because clearly the Banshee was seen while they were attacking LemonyTang's roaches. But in terms of... I'm coming back to the worker count again because there's not that many out for LemonyTang. He's a 47. His third base isn't up and running yet. And these Banshee doing a nice little job of focusing down the Queens. Pick off 1. The second one will not be able to engage on its own, especially against Cloak. Some more roaches gonna get taken out. And Kaldi really committing to this play. He's got a 3rd Banshee and a 4th in production.
He will be able to shut down a 3rd base if he so desires. He could go in and shut that down very easily. He has a Reaper near the 3rd base, but the Reaper is not in range. No, he has no idea it's there. Another Queen goes down. Has to be so careful. Kaldi cannot just lose those
Hellions.
Queens.
Look at the Hellions coming. There's no Spine Crawler to defend this. All the roaches are gone. Drones getting pulled to try and take out Hellions. And wow, that was a good little push. And Kaldi, he's losing quite a few drones now.
Has to be careful not to overextend once more, but I don't think he's going to be doing that right now. Our Terran player has a few units to defend back at home, and he's continuing to kill workers. The Banshee going into the main base right now, but there's a Spore Caller there deterring it.
Well, there's also 7 Mutas. That's pretty much the hardest counter you can get to Banshee, is making Mutalisks Zerg. So that's going to put an end to that straight away. And then with the 3rd base just finishing up now, Kaldi's not in a terrible spot, apart from the fact that he's on equal workers yet again. And this has really been the story of the series.
The Mutalisk counterattack could be very dangerous too. I mean, what do we have in terms of anti-air? LemonyTang has gone for an opener where he has very little anti-air. He's now got a 3rd Marine on the field.
Oh my goodness, that is game-breaking.
But he also has the Widow Mines burrowed in the mineral line, which could be surprising the Mutas to a very big extent.
Yep, that could do some damage, but at the moment we're just seeing nice damage done by these Mutalisks. There's still 7 on the field, and the bunker is desperately trying to do something. The Widowmine does burrow, though. Big hit goes off, and ooh!
Oh, that was
his own units.
That was a little bit sloppy.
Ouch! That hurt. That really hurt me as well, just watching that. So
yeah,
that's a bit of a problem. LemonyTang has now killed 29 workers. He's just going for it somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but somewhere he's killing an awful lot of workers. And that actually means that LemonyTang is down to just 12 SCVs to 40.
What a train wreck of a game this is again. And there's harassment all across the map. 3 Banshees in the main base of Zerg doing damage, while the Mutalisks are still trying to find angles to do damage, and they are finding those angles. So many SCVs are falling. There's only 12 workers left for a Terran player.
Yep, this is a bit of a problem. Mules are good, but they are only miracle workers in some cases. And when you're at basically a quarter of the workers of your opponent, you usually require a bit of a miracle.
Yeah, a bit of a miracle is required for our Terran player here. He still has those 3 Banshees alive, which is very important, but they are not the most useful unit to have. If you try to be aggressive with them now, Mutas are going to shut them down, and you're going to lose them without doing too much of anything. So LemonyTang, the only thing he can really do is sit back, remake his SCVs, and hope for a miracle. Hope that he has enough time to re-establish his economy, get back up to a reasonable amount of workers, and survive.
Yep, those Widow Mines getting placed all around. Got to be a little bit careful with the Mutalisks when there are Widow Mines there, especially if you clump them up. They can all die very, very quickly. But just a couple more SCVs trying to get taken out. No anti-air at the natural at all. There's only 1 Marine out. A couple of Widow Mines are placed around, so really Kaldi does have to be careful, but they are all now dead. 2 Mutas are still up and running. And well, LemonyTang, he's just losing so much.
And Kaldi is going to be... oh, no, he's not going to be flying out there. For a second, I thought he might make it out of there. Almost killed that Raven with a splash of the Widow Mines. Look at that. That Raven is has been through some hurt. Only has 60 HP remaining. Doesn't have any energy either. So it's not going to be the most useful unit to have. Actually, it's going to be absolutely useless in the next attack. And instead, he's going to keep it at home because he knows a Raven without energy is like, I don't know, an High Templar without energy.
Well, we've got the Hellions trying to push forward. The Banshee are doing a nice job against those Roaches. Currently, there are no Mutalisks on the field, and Kaldi only has 300 gas in the bank, so he can only make 3. The Spore Caller getting transfused. Nice little move there by Kaldi, forcing the Banshee back. The Queen's doing a good job as well, and that kind of shut that play down. That counter push was essential if LemonyTang wanted to come back into this game, but as we're seeing, it's 52 drones up against 33 SCVs. In terms of resources lost, just under double lost for Kaldi compared to LemonyTang.
He is holding on though. LemonyTang is not out of the running yet. He is going to be supply blocked in just a second. Needs to start some additional supply depots and needs to start thinking about a 3rd base. And there he is. He is going to be moving. Is he moving his main orbital? No, he's not. He has an additional orbital command. So he does have 3 bases ready. And if he gets that 3rd base up and is able to defend against the Roach aggression that is coming out of Kaldi, he could still be in a good position.
Yep, he could be in a good position. He's got to be really, really careful, though. That's the problem. These Banshees still doing a nice little bit of damage here. And the Roaches, well, they've got no support. The Queen is slowly getting taken out, getting focused down quite nicely, but without any detection. Oh, just in time. Both Banshees going to go down.
Wow, that was a clutch transfusion there. If he would have been able to snipe that 1 Queen, the DPS out of the 2 Banshees would have probably been enough to take out that 2nd Queen at the same time. So very nice job there. We see a lot of Widow Mines still burrowed all around the map in very clever positions. Look at that. If you move down that little ramp and go towards your opponent with your Roaches, you have to run in between the Widow Mines and they'll all activate. We might get to see that right now.
Yep, we could indeed see them fairly shortly. The Roaches are just trying to go up against a lot of Widow Mines there, though. Do need to be a little bit careful because some good damage being done. The Thor out as well means Mutalisks have to be very careful. Magic Box, but even then, up against 2 Thors could be a bit of a problem. Suddenly, Kaldi having to decide what he's going to do. He's trying to split his army to get us around, but with so many Widow Mines there, this could be a bit of a problem.
It definitely could be. What are those Thors going to be doing? They're just going to be sitting there. A very small army, I'd say. I mean, there's only 7 Widow Mines, a few Thors, and a few Hellions here. The Hellions going to try to swing around, do some damage. All the Widow Mines have now gone off cooldown, but the Overseers are taking up a few of the shots, and this is too many Roaches for this many Widow Mines to be able to handle.
Yep, the Roaches getting taken out. The Thors are going to fall so quickly now, and as such, they get taken out straight away. And now I'd say LemonyTang, he's at half the supply of his opponent. That's usually a pretty big tell. The worker count fairly equal, but then again, there's so many Roaches out on the field. Look at the army supply right now. 110 for Kaldi to just 27 of LemonyTang.
Yeah, LemonyTang just being aggressive at a time where he really had to be a little bit more defensive. He could have tried distracting his opponent with the Banshees and trying to get his 3rd base up, but right now he's in so much trouble. His 3rd base cannot even be positioned properly because there's a missile turret in the way there. Bit of a mistake there by LemonyTang as Kaldi is pushing in for the win. He is double the supply of his opponent. Siege Tank is getting caught on.